As you say, I mean, part of your portfolio is delivering efficiency. If you're going to have fewer civil servants in the job, how can you reassure us that that is going to become more efficient?
Well, using technology has already made parts of government much more efficient. If you think of the universal credit, which was the unsung hero of the pandemic, that was much more efficient than the previous systems of paying out benefits because it was a technological-driven solution. If you look at the Passport Office, which is failing people at the moment, that is going to need to be a more efficient department. It's not about the numbers of people, it's about making the service that is already there work.
Look, I know we're sort of zigzagging across issues to a certain extent. I just wonder how necessary is it going to be as we look at all these problems for us, the people, and indeed perhaps more those at the bottom end of the scale, to really feel some pain in the short term in order for the country to get some gain in the long term?
Well, I think the government is very conscious that inflation hits the least well off most. And that is why it's so important that, as the Chancellor has done, support is targeted at the least well-off, and why it's so important that inflation is dealt with. But I think the strategies the government is developing is helping people in this country who are the least well-off, and that is something that we need to do. And that includes things like the £1 billion for councils to help people in their area who they know, who they will have information on, get through this difficult circumstance.
The trouble is, I know that there will be people watching you right now who say you simply don't get the fact that we can't afford to heat or eat now. We need something, we need help right now. We can't afford to look at the long term like you do.
I completely understand that. And as a constituency MP, people come to see me who are facing this problem now. And what can MPs do to help? Well, they can point people in the direction of support that exists. They can help people with applications for support that already exists. But the increase in fuel prices has been a great burden for people. It is very hard for families at the moment.